Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. This video is going to be very quick protective style. We're going to be installing crochet extensions on my sister's hair. Take a look at this beautiful pack, these boho crochet extensions that we're going to install. It's just one pack, 100 strands of hair. All right, so let's get right in. All right, so we're starting off with freshly washed hair. She washed her hair deep conditioned, and I moisturized it with some leave-in conditioner and water. And now we're just going right in with a very simple braiding pattern. She wanted a side part, and that's why I did that part there, right there. Of course, if you're doing a protective style like this, you want to make sure that your scalp is clean. You don't want to install a protective style on dirty hair because that's just a recipe for disaster. Not only might it itch, but also it's not good for the overall health of your hair, right? Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Yay, we are growing, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Almost at 1,000 subscribers. And also don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, okay? And now we're going to extend those two cornrows to the back. We're going to join them and extend them all the way to the back in one single cornrow. And that's going to be we're doing it so that we can have our side part right here, okay? This is a very common pattern. This is how I've seen most people do it when they trying to create a part for their crochet. So yeah, this is as opposed to doing all the cornrows straight to the back, right? You have to do a couple and join them so that you will have the part break off and not like go on forever. Oh, you can see how our eyes keep going over to the right. It's because we are actually watching a TV show as we do this hairstyle. I don't know if any of you has watched the reality TV show Young, African and Famous on Netflix. Oh my God, I think I binge watched that thing for like in like a day. I I love to hate watch that series, to be honest, TV show, because I come away from it with so many things that have pissed me off. So I don't even know why I keep watching it. And I made her watch. She didn't watch season one and two. So I was telling her about it, and I was like, as we were watching, I was telling her about the characters and all. Man, what did you guys think about season three? I thought it was like the most unhinged. First of all, these guys have to figure out a way to make their beefs and their disagreements and drama be more realistic. Like, I just feel like some of the beefs are just blown out of proportion. Like, what are you even angry about, you know? And there's this character that I like, Swanky. Oh my God, I think he's my favorite character. He's just the most, I find him to be, he's so funny. Like, and he's always the one bringing the people that cause issues. Like he's always bringing new people into the group, and then those people end up having drama with the existing members. And I'm just like, and then he comes in looking like, I have to preserve my mental health. I have to preserve my mental headspace. He's just a character, and when he comes into the room, with the way he's always so flamboyant and stuff, like he just cracks me up. But I think with this season that just passed, the person that really honestly now knowing everything that happened after after the season, we got to know what was actually happening in her life, and that kind of explained everything. Like, because when I was watching, I was like, what the heck is wrong with Annie Libya? Like, she was just all over the place in this season, and she was really acting weird. I was like, something is going on here. So when I later on heard about her personal struggles, with her marriage and the drugs, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And I've never really thought that reality TV was like as real as they claim. I always felt like they were always being scripted somehow to to promote a certain outcome or to promote certain tropes. But I guess in her case it was kind of very real, right? But I don't know, man. I just hope she gets better with everything that's happening in her life. But I mean, if you haven't heard, if you don't know, I don't know, if you're living under a rock and you watch that show, she apparently her husband, I guess it's the husband who filed for divorce, and this is a guy that all in all the seasons she's been literally worshiping the ground on which he walks. Like, and now we're hearing they're getting a divorce, and she's also been under the influence of drugs. She's in rehab currently. It was just really sad to hear that, but it kind of explained the way she was in this last season. She was weird, and then even the way she would when they would film her, and she was very restless, and I don't know what how to describe. She really behaved like someone who was under the influence. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised to hear that anyway. And then I think other than Swanky, the person that I actually liked was what's his name? Louis, they call him. He had such a fight with Iniedo. Iniedo was another character that was introduced by Swanky. Swanky always bringing new characters. Hey, so we're done with our. Let me go back to our style because I'm getting carried away with a TV show here. You see, that's the thing. I hate watching and I just can't stop talking about it when I'm done. Anyway, so we're done with our braiding pattern here. You see how those two combined, and we're going to have she will have the possibility of doing the parts in two ways if she likes. And now we're just going to go in and crochet in the extensions. This is a quick one. With these extensions you want to make sure that you put uh don't pile them up at the back because you might end up running out. Not only that, you don't want to, even if you have enough hair, you don't want to end up having the hair look very voluminous at the back and then the front is kind of empty, which I actually, as careful as I thought I was being, I almost got into that issue. Anyway, going back to our young African and famous guys. So I really liked how the I guess the spat between Louis and Ini, it was honestly I felt like it just well, like where did that come from? They were doing knowing her history with surrogacy and then having a whole audition for people that you wanted to be your surrogate and inviting her there and not understanding why she didn't want to be a part of it. Like, I thought that was really uncalled for from Louis. But, the apology from him later on in the show, like towards the end, it was very heartfelt and sincere. And I think that was like one of the best moments for me in the whole of season three. I thought that apology was very heartfelt and genuine. And I like how Ini reacted to it. That was really, I mean, I think that's one of the few times I've actually watched that show and been like, oh, it felt real. Yeah. And then Diamond was just another person that each time I would see him, he would just crack me up. Honestly, if really this is how he is in real life, then I don't know. I don't know why women keep falling for people like this. Like he has, well, one thing you gotta give him is I guess he's honest about what he wants, which is no marriage. He doesn't want to settle down. He's just out to have them babies and I guess proliferate his seed all over the world, like I guess Nick Cannon or whatever. So I was kind of disappointed with that other, what's her name? The one that was almost, who thought she was pregnant for him. And I was like, you really want to be pregnant for this guy with all this drama and wahala? Anyway, I enjoyed it though. I mean, I think I'll watch season four again when it comes out. It's just one of those things to pass the time, right? Everything you watch doesn't have to be deep and, make sense. It's just one of those things. It's fun, something to laugh about with your friends. Yeah, so you guys let me know in the comment section if you watched it. Did you enjoy it? Who is your favorite character and who annoys you the most? All right, we're almost done here, guys. And yeah, so You see, I was being careful not to put too much at the back, but I still got in trouble. When I got to the front, I realized I was running out and I had to go remove some of the extensions from the back and put in the front. Yep, that's the thing with crochet. You have to be really strategic. Yeah, but I think it was a beautiful hairstyle. I really love these boho extensions. I just wish I could do them myself, but I'm on a no extension journey. Oops. Yep, so that is our final look, guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful protective hairstyle, and I think she can rock it at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on how she takes care of this boho strands. Hopefully, they don't tangle too much. You know, that's the thing with synthetic hair. Always looks very pretty, and then before you know it, it's all tangled mess. But anyway, if you take good care of it, make sure that you always wear a bonnet to sleep, and they have all this nice braids that you can use now to keep the curls from tangling too much. So yeah, you can do that to keep the curls long lasting. It's also very affordable hairstyle, right? This particular extension, we just use one pack and that's it. And look how full it is, right? So yeah, there it is. My sister's very beautiful. Oh, beautiful. All right, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and see you in the comment section. Let's talk some more about Young African and Famous. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.